It'll be the 6'6" Russian, Anastasia Boldereva, tipping against Lynetta Williams, who's 6'3", and MTSU wins the tip. Here's how the Blue Raiders will start. Jalen Gregory, the aforementioned Savannah Wheeler, Courtney Blakely, and then in the front court, Courtney Whitson, and that young lady, Anastasia Boldereva, who has the first points of the game.
Well, first play of the game, you saw they run just a quick roll and replace action, put their two best players in a position to score, and that's a great pass from Anastasia, right to Anastasia.
For Memphis, Destiny Jackson gets the start along with Jamira Schutz, Maddie Griggs, Hannah Riddick, and Lynetta Williams, who pops from the elbow and knocks it down. Lynetta Williams averaging just under 5 a game, and we're all knotted up at 2.
If she can make that, that is tough. It's going to be tough to defend them.
There's Wheeler. She's quick, and you see the left-handed finish right there as she beat Jackson to the hole. Griggs down at the other end. Quick stop and pop. And an offensive rebound for Memphis, so a second chance opportunity. The up and under by Riddick, but she left it short. Your officials for today's game: Joe Vasili, Fatou Sissoko Stevens, and Leah Laney. Strong drive by Courtney Blakely, the sophomore guard, who averages 7 a game, and a quick start for MTSU. They've hit their first 3 shots, and they're all in the paint.
Well, yeah, and what they're doing a really good job of is putting pressure on the defense. The Tigers can't help off ball side corner because they shoot the 3 extremely well. So I expect the Tigers to make a sub here and try to at least get Money Jefferson in the game and get some pressure on defense.
Shoots the pull-up. Jamira averaging 15.6 a game. Went over 1,000 career points. She's had a tremendous career at Memphis, and she makes it a 2-point game. MTSU picked the win, Conference USA, so another strong opponent for Coach Katrina Merriweather in Memphis. They have played a rugged schedule. That goes inside to Courtney Whitson. Whitson coming into the game 16 points away from 1,000 for her career.
Yeah, Tigers have got to do a better job at defending the paint. You know, and Coach Merriweather spoke to saying, hey, we may play some zone, but she may have to show that a little bit earlier than she anticipated.
MTSU a perfect 4 for 4 from the field. Jackson with 10 on the shot clock. Williams. And a long rebound to Wheeler. 3, corner. Got it. They are on fire. Jalen Gregory, who shoots 40.5% from 3, and Coach Katrina Merriweather has to call for the timeout with 7:15 to play in the first quarter. Good look from Wheeler, and a better shot from Gregory. MTSU a perfect 5 for 5 from the field, and they lead it by 7.
Great start for Middle Tennessee so far.
Yeah, Trey, you mentioned trying to contain Wheeler. Wheeler already with 3 assists to go along with a bucket.
Showing a little bit of a 2-3 zone. It looked like they're packing it in. They're going to try to make Imani Jefferson shoot some long twos here.
Well, that was a force right there by Shelby Brown, who just checked into the game. Also, Jada Wright is in the game for Memphis. Great delivery. And that's their first miss. Point-blank range for Boldereva off the great feed from Blakely. Unable to cash in that time. There's the head coach for Memphis, Katrina Merriweather, in her second year, and what an outstanding job she has done to turn around this Memphis program.
I mean, you got to give Coach Merriweather credit. She has the support of the city. I mean, you just look at the fan base here right now. It's not sold out, but it's near there. So you got to give her credit for what her and her staff are building at this point.
Memphis turns over MTSU. 7th season overall, by the way, for Coach Merriweather. 134 wins, 63 losses. Took Wright State to the NCAA tournament twice in 5 years. That's a pass in traffic right there that's batted back to Brown. Now under 10 to go on the shot clock. As we approach 6 to play in the first quarter. Memphis needs a bucket here. Shoots, gives it to Wright. Back iron now, and Wheeler, again, one of the shortest players on the court, gets the rebound. Head coach for Middle Tennessee State is Rick Insall. 18th season overall with 410 wins to his credit, as Imani Jefferson, who just checked in, commits the foul. It'll be a couple of free throws for Wheeler, but he is MTSU's all-time winningest coach and has done an outstanding job with the Lady Raiders.
He'll be a Hall of Famer. He'll be a Hall of Famer one day. And if you just take a look, what he's doing, he's showing how much of a tactician he is. They're sagging in the paint on defense right now, and they're making Memphis say, hey, you guys have got to beat us from the outside. I'm not going to let you throw it inside into Jada Wright, into Lynetta Williams. You're going to have to beat us outside. But they also have to keep it. They're going to keep an eye on Maddie Griggs just because she's approaching the all-time three-point leader record here at the University of Memphis.
That she is. That was a rarity, folks. You saw Wheeler miss a free throw. She's 90% on the season, but she splits the two, and it's 12-4 Memphis, their largest deficit at 8. You mentioned Griggs, 9 threes away. I was about to say 8 if that one went in, but 9 away from setting the career school mark. Memphis will get a second opportunity, fresh 20 on the shot clock with 5:31 to play here in the first quarter. Both teams average 77.3 points per game, so two high-scoring offenses, but two teams that also rely on getting to the free throw line.
Let's see if they can get and the rest right on cue. I was saying, let's see if they can get Jamara Schutz a look here. She's one of the best scorers in the American Conference, and right on cue, she gets to the free throw line, and here she is here coming off that screen, wide open. Just does a good job. She uses their strength, gets right up under, and tries to score that. Should have used her left hand there.
That's the experience, taking advantage there of the sophomore Blakely. And now Tanyelle Welch will check back in, so a quick few minutes for Amani Jefferson and back to the Pine. We profiled Welch at the start of our broadcast, and here shoots at the free throw line at 75.6%. Now, I mentioned the free throws. Memphis is second in Division I basketball in free throw attempts at 28 per game. But on the flip side, MTSU second in D1 in free throws made per game. And Schutz gets a lucky bounce there, and that stops the streak there. It's a 6-0 run for MTSU, and it's now 12-5.
Yeah, Tigers going to try to speed up the Raiders here. They're going to get some pressure, see if they can force the Raiders into a turnover here by going to a diamond press.
Both teams averaging 13 turnovers per game. Ksenia Malashka in the game from Belarus, one of their 4 international players. Also Courtney Whitson, who misses the 3 there. Whitson coming off a 16-point, 10-rebound double-double in the win last Sunday over Louisville. That was their first win over a ranked team in 12 years. Make that 10 years, 2012. Stolen by the Lady Raiders. Look at that Euro step. Wow. Malashka. And literally a Euro step.
Yeah. I mean, they're getting to the point. They're getting to the paint at will. Tigers may have to show some zone here just to try to keep the Blue Raiders out of the blue.
Yeah, they're getting into that paint every trip down the court. Griggs in traffic will pull up at the free throw line. No good. Look at Wheeler again. She crashes the boards, does a great job, and then takes it right down at Memphis, but unable to come through, and a strong rebound there by Shelby Brown. You mentioned Memphis really needs to win the rebounding war, and there's a 3 for Destiny Jackson.
That's a great driving kick, and that's what Tanyelle Welch does. We highlighted her at the beginning of the game, but that's what she does. She gets out in transition, and she's very, very good at making decisions with the basketball.
Trying to answer at the other end was Jalen Gregory, and she's off the mark. Gregory, the 5'8 sophomore. Lady Raiders by 6. Welsh. That's traffic for Brown, but she muscles it home.
And that's the energy of Tanyelle Welch. We talked about it. She just brings energy and is very good coming off the bench for the Tigers. It wouldn't shock me if she's in the starting lineup and coming into the new year.
Memphis getting right back in this thing with 3:25 to play in the first quarter, down only 4. Wheeler from the corner. And Memphis just stood around there, Trey, when that ball was up for grabs.
Got to rebound. Memphis is one of the best rebounding teams in America, but they got it. You can't let them get multiple possessions. And Coach Merriweather is she's experienced right now.
Well, she should be. Second and third opportunities for MTSU, and what a pass from Blakely. No look, didn't put it on the floor, and she was able to find Malashka.
Very good, very skilled, and that's just want to. I just want to rebound. And the Tigers, if they want to win this game, they cannot allow the Lady Raiders to get multiple possessions
We talked about the net rankings with MTSU at 22. Memphis came in at number 45. And again, when you play the schedule that Memphis has played, it's going to really help you, especially if you can win some of those key games on the road. Your net rating is going to go up.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you go play two top 5 teams in an Indiana, in a South Carolina, on the road, you're not. I mean, you've seen it all. You've seen it all. You're playing to defend the national champion, so you see it all. And as you can see, Coach Merriweather was furious with that last possession. She got a whole new 5 in the basketball game right now.
Memphis shooting just 31% from the field. Meanwhile, MTSU at 54. So Amani Jefferson back in the game. As you mentioned, a whole line change here for Katrina Merriweather's team. Lynetta Williams back in there.
Well, when take a look here at the Blue Raiders defense. They're not actually guarding the Tigers outside the three-point line. If you watch how Savannah Willis playing here. She's going to make it. She's baiting Imani Jefferson into taking that three-point shot, and you can tell Imani is just not comfortable shooting that basketball right now.
No, when Griggs is not on the floor, you obviously have to keep an eye on her, but she's not out there. 1 on the shot clock, and Destiny Thomas, I don't know if she was trying to shoot that or not, but it was deflected. And here come the Lady Raiders. Wheeler feeling it. Short, she gets her own rebound. How about that? Again, 50-50 balls are going completely the way of MTSU.
And right on cue, she sends Maddie Griggs to the line. You can tell she has a short leash today. You don't rebound, you're coming out of the game, and that's right on Maddie Griggs' heads to the table, getting ready to check in.
Great passing by the Lady Raiders, and another 3. Jalen Gregory, her second of the game. She averages 11.
Multiple possessions. They will hurt you against this team. This Blue Raiders team is really good at converting on second chance opportunities.
Gregory shoots 40% from 3. Meanwhile, Memphis continues to struggle. Good rebound and the putback attempt by Thomas, but it was blocked. Memphis, 2 of their last 12 from the field and down 9. Largest lead for the Raiders. That time, Jefferson got on the floor and was able to take it away. Williams gets it knocked away. Gets the ball knocked out of her hands, but it goes out of bounds off of Courtney Whitson. It'll be Memphis basketball. And once again, Katrina Merriweather going to the bench. Destiny Jackson back in. Maddie Griggs will check back in. She's just trying to find the combination that works.
Well, the thing is, she has to get some scoring right now. You see Maddie Griggs. I expect her to try to get Maddie Griggs an open look here. Let's see if the Blue Raiders switch up how they're going. They're going to a quick isolation here with Lynetta Williams. Let's see if they can get a quick, easy bucket.
Well, Williams with a nice move. It just won't go. But Jefferson comes out of there with the rebound. Believe it or not, Amani at 5'6" is the leading rebounder for Memphis at 5.7. Turnover. And then a foul committed by Jefferson as Memphis was trying to return the favor there. But turnovers now becoming an ugly part of this early portion of the game for Memphis.
Right, and they're doubling in the post. If you see here at the replay, they're doubling in the post. Malaska just comes over as soon as Lynetta Williams makes a right turn. She just comes over and double. Memphis has got to be smarter once they get the ball inside.
That's a great point. That you can't dribble for a minute because they're going to take it away from you. You got to go right up with it.
Especially with the double team, and as good as this Blue Raiders, as disciplined as they are, I mean, right on, they're very disciplined. So Tigers got to see if they can slow down, get the ball to the second and third side, and try not to be rushed. Don't take one-pass shots, right? There's another one.
Welch has the answer, though, at the other end.
Hey, if you can shoot the ball at 45%, I guess you can do that.
Exactly. You had Wheeler at just 24%, knocking down a 3. Lady Raiders, 2 for 4 from beyond the arc. Make that 2 for 6. Memphis is 2 for 4. 2 seconds to go in the quarter here. They're going to have to shoot it, and they never get it off. I don't know if the Blue Raiders, or the Lady Raiders rather, recognized what was going on there at the end of that first quarter.
And you got to give Coach Merriweather credit there. She went to that 2-3 zone, which kind of threw the Lady Raiders for a shock there.
Either way, great first quarter for MTSU. The visitors shoot 9 of 16 from the field, and they lead it by 8. you have with a member of their staff in just a moment. I do want to correct myself. The Wheeler 3 was changed to a 2, so not a 3 for Wheeler. It's 21-13, the Lady Raiders by 8. Memphis goes inside, and that one is off the rim. Point-blank range shot right there for Aaliyah Green, who just checked in. Katrina Merriweather's going right down her bench and bringing in anybody who can give this team a spark.
Yeah, she just needs to get some energy right now, and they're still in the game. I mean, get a stop here, get a bucket. You got a chance to cut this thing, to 5 or 6 points.
Good defense there.
Yep, right on cue. Let's see if they can get something in transition here. Put pressure on that defense.
Jackson, a lot of contact. They're going to call a charge against Destiny Jackson. So they give it right back. Riddick with the great defense at the one end. Jackson tried to sidestep her opponent, her defender rather, and, well, she was moving, it looked like. Yes. Wheeler looked like she moved right in her lane.
She was moving, but the thing is, I think Destiny Jackson, DJ, just lowered her shoulder. You can't lower anytime that, an offensive player lowers that shoulder, it makes it an easy call for the referees.
Working on some moisture that has come out with one of the players. They'll clean up that perspiration as we get back to action here. 9:15 to play before halftime. MTSU by 8, along with Trey Draper, former Memphis Tiger basketball player. I'm Greg Gaston. So glad you could be with us on this rainy Saturday afternoon in Memphis. Up and under, good move, strong move by Malashka, but a little short. Memphis has a chance to cut into this 8-point deficit.
The Tigers doing a really good job here. They have some urgency on defense now. They just got to get an easy bucket. It's like you see, they're not even guarding Hannah Riddick here at the three-point line. They're just making her shoot the three, and that's right on. I mean, that plays right into the Blue Raiders' favor.
Well, you called that, and Riddick misses, and Wheeler gets bumped by Welch, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And again, when you have a 90% free throw shooter, even though she's missed one in this game, that's almost 2 automatically.
Yeah, long shots equal long rebounds. So, and the thing is, you can't do both. You either have to make the 3, you got to get back in transition. You can't not do both of those.
Number 15, Tamia Scott, has checked in for MTSU, freshman out of Clarksville, Tennessee. 4 international players, as I mentioned, representing Belarus, Canada, Russia, and Spain. 4 starters returning from last year's team that won 27 games. So this is a really good team. They lost the 1 starter. They got 9 letter winners returning and 5 newcomers. And then a steal. So Scott makes an impact. And that's the 4th turnover against Memphis. And then Scott goes inside, and she'll draw the foul. Again, MTSU, second in Division I in free throws made per game, Trey, and they are just going low into the paint every single time down the court.
When we spoke to Coach Insall and Coach Kim, who had to scout, Coach Kim on the Blue Raiders staff had to scout at Memphis, and she said, we want to value possessions. We talked about it at the beginning of the game. We want to value possessions. They're doing a really good job. And when we say value possessions, that means not taking tough contested twos. That means getting into the paint, getting to the free throw line, shooting a high percentage. Anytime that you can shoot a high percentage and make your free throws, it's give you a good chance to win a basketball game.
Now, Scott is the rare exception. She's only 36% from the free throw line, but she splits the 2. And MTSU has its largest lead at 11. I talked about the staff for Coach Rick Insell. His son, Matt, is the associate head coach. And one of the assistants, well, Kim Bruton is also on that staff. She does a fine job. Memphis unable to, these are lit on the basket right now, unable to convert. Another 3 for Gregory. That's her first miss. And then on the loose ball on the rebound, a foul committed by MTSU. And that'll be their first here in the second quarter. But I'm kind of building up to the other assistant coach on the staff of Rick. And that, of course, is Nina Davis, who you know very well.
Know very well, man. That's my sister there.
She's in the upper left-hand corner of that picture you just saw.
Yeah, I'm excited. Her birthday was yesterday, so it's crazy that how things work out, and she's here in Memphis right now playing her hometown team.
There she is, right in the middle on the bench, and what a great job. She will be a future head coach one day. She was a tremendous player in her day at Central High School. Griggs dribbled, picked up, dribbled again. Another turnover, and right now Coach Merriweather is just dumbfounded. She'll go right back to the bench. She's pointing to players to get up and get in there, and let's see what can happen. But this is unlike Memphis basketball right now.
Yeah, Coach Merriweather right here in front of us, and she literally just looked at me and said, does anybody want to play? Does anybody want to play today? So I'm hoping that she can find some spark off that bench to say, hey, we're here. We have a game, man. Let's play basketball.
In the meantime, Wheeler, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, doing it all for the Lady Raiders. Long three by Gregory. Really good box out there by Whitson. Then a loose ball, and Memphis is going to win that 50-50 battle.
Now let's see if they can get something in transition here. I'm sure Coach Merriweather wants to run a set play here, try to at least get Lynetta Williams on a duck in or something.
Memphis on the season shoots 43% from the field, and after that miss, they are shooting a robust 22%. You game plan, Trey, you game plan, you're all set, you feel like it's all going to come together, and then nothing goes right, at least not in the first half to this point.
Right, and the thing is with coaches, you can game plan all you want, but you're not on the floor. It's got to be some type of spark to say, whether it's Tanya Wells, whether it's Jamira Schutz, or Maddie Griggs, Money Jefferson, it's got to be somebody on that team to say, hey, let's go. We're still in the game. It's only an 11-point game. We're not down 25. It's an 11-point game, and it's a lot of basketball left to be played. We just got to get something going for us.
Wheeler gets a breather. Blakely back in the game. Boldereva also checks back in. Raiders by 11. Blakely misses on the drive. Destiny Jackson now with 20 on the shot clock. Memphis has not scored in 2.5 minutes. Jackson, corner. Memphis now 2 of 5 from 3. Lady Raiders is doing everything they need to come out of here with a W, but still plenty of time to go. Look at that job by Courtney Whitson. Just backed her defender down, got real low in the paint and scores.
Yeah, Courtney Whitson, you talk about to the Middle Tennessee coaching staff. She was second on the team last year in minutes played. She was second on the team in scoring, and she was top 3 in the country at minutes played for men or women's basketball, and she's a team captain, so she's very, very experienced out there.
Williams jump hook, good move, just won't go for Memphis. Yeah, Whitson now 12 away from 1,000 for her career. Lady Raiders doubling up the Tigers here as we go under 5. 6-6 versus 6-3, and 6-6 wins. The turnaround by Anastasia Boldereva from Moscow, Russia. She has 4. The lead is 15 now for the Raiders. That's more points, that deficit for Memphis, than they have total points with just 13. And that'll be a foul against MTSU. That'll go against Jalen Gregory. Just their second team foul here in quarter number 2. Middle Tennessee State shooting 48% from the field, and they are in control of this one. They lead Memphis by 15.
Hey, just question.
House on a rainy Saturday. A lot of folks have made their way from Murfreesboro as well. It's MTSU right now in control, 28-13. And defensively, Coach Insall is just allowing Memphis to shoot threes if they want to because he's not respecting them.
Yeah, he's not respecting their. You see, nobody's within 5 feet of Hannah Riddick here. I mean, they're literally sagging in, but you see they have a shooting Tanya Wells on strong side corner. And Courtney Blakely's just doing a real good job of shading to the shooter, doubling the post, and making the offensive player at the top of the key just make a decision. So really good scout report by Middle Tennessee there. Let's see if Coach Katrina Merriweather and her staff can adjust and try to get Jamira shoots and Maddie Griggs a wide open look here.
What's interesting is Memphis shoots 36% as a team from three, but a high percentage of that is either Riddick or Maddie Griggs.
Really good floppy action there. I mean, Jamira shoots is open, but Memphis want to go inside. Just stay here.
That'll go against the Lady Raiders. And Courtney Whitson called for the personal. So each team with 3 fouls here in the second quarter with 4:12 to play.
There's a look there. And what I like to see Memphis here is just say, hey, all right, we can't make shots, but let's get it on the backboard. Let's rebound, and let's try to get us some second chance points. I mean, there's a good one, but got to contest.
You got to make that shot. Jada Wright, point-blank range off the inbounds. Wheeler, 3. And they come down and they knock a 3 down. That's their third triple of the game. The lead is 18 points right now, and Memphis is shooting 20%. Trey, they're consciously trying to go inside, but they can't buy a bucket right now.
Can't buy a bucket. That's where you got to, that's where, and I love Jamira shoots. She has to figure out a way to get her team going. She's a senior. She's been here. She can't have that turnover. She got to figure out a way to say, hey, I'm going to put you guys on my back. Let's figure out a way to get to the basket, and I'm going to score some points.
Johnny on the spot is Boldereva right there after the miss. She cleans up the mess. She has a half dozen. Griggs has 0 points. Schutz has 3. Amani Jefferson has 0 points. It's tough to win a game when those 3 are not scoring.
So if you take a look here, they're not guarding Amani Jefferson. They're bagging up off of Jada right here, but they're shading to Schutz, and they're not helping off Maddie Griggs. So, I mean, they just got to figure out. Somebody else has to score. Somebody has to figure out a way to put some points on the basket. I mean, there's another tough contested too.
Wright thought she got fouled, but that's great defense. That's 3 bodies. It's almost like MTSU's got 6 or 7 players on the floor playing defense.
Well, one of the keys to the game was defend without fouling. Memphis has shot 2 free throws. They've shot 2 free throws this game. So it's right on cue for the scout report with Middle Tennessee.
Wow, what a move. Inside by Courtney Whitson. One way, it was defended. She went the other way and has a half dozen. Riddick, did she dribble it off her body? No, it goes off of Whitson. It'll be Memphis basketball with 2:28 before the half. Thomas will check back in, replacing Jada Wright. Just a frustrating first half. Memphis down 22.
Middle Tennessee doing a good job of doubling in the post as well. So Memphis going with a 1-4 set here. I expect them to try to get at least a duck in or some action to try to get Jamira shoots or Maddie Griggs a bucket here. They haven't been great on the offensive end tonight, but those are your seniors, those are your leaders. They got to figure out a way to put a bucket in, get a bucket right now.
Thomas, she shuffled her feet. That'll be the 7th turnover against Memphis. The Lady Raiders, just 2 turnovers. So they've protected the basketball. They're shooting 52%. They're playing great defense. And that is a winning formula. Oh, what a give. Wheeler with the left hand beats Jefferson off the great pass and screen by Boldereva.
Wheeler's really good. She can finish with the left. She can finish with the right. She's 90% from the free throw line. She shoots it really good from the 3. I mean, she's
another
really
rebound.
And she rebounds.
She's got 12 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Triple-double alert here, and we're in the first half, right? She's got a ways to go, but certainly on that pace. Minute 40 to go. The Russian, Boldereva, showing her range. Pretty looking jumper. And then finally, Memphis gets a bucket. A little fall away by Jamira Schutz. That's the first points in the quarter for Memphis.
Sometimes that's just what you need. You just need to see something go through. A layup, a 2. You just need something to go through.
39-15 Lady Raiders as we approach a minute to play. We'll talk to Coach Merriweather. We think she may storm off to the locker room. Wheeler drives. That was contested. A Riddick with the rebound. And then come out of the locker room. We're going to talk with Nina Davis from the MTSU staff. Here's Griggs. They need this one. Offensive rebound. Thomas. And out of bounds off Memphis. Checking back into the game for MTSU is Tamia Scott and also Ksenia Malashka. 45.8 to go before halftime. pretty much on their pace right now is MTSU. They average 77. They're at 39. Memphis obviously well below it.
Tigers need a stop here. They maybe to give them some momentum because the game isn't over. They just need a stop and try to get a bucket right before the half.
Gregory got it. Great ball movement. Just great ball movement by the Lady Raiders. Memphis has to inbound it. 13 seconds to go as they'll work for the final shot here before halftime. Riddick has it. Somebody's going to have to shoot this thing. It shoots the runner, and it goes. Jamira shoots, makes her last 2 shots, but there's a long way to go for Memphis as they trail this one 42-17. MTSU makes 5 of their last shots, and as frustrated as Coach Katrina Merriweather is, it's understandable. She doesn't want to talk to us. There's really not much to say, but can Memphis get it together and come out and play a much different second half? If not, MTSU is going to run away with a road W. It's the Lady Raiders 42 and the Memphis Tigers 17 at the half. Birthday yesterday.
Thank you.
First half was, like I said, almost perfect. You limited what they could do offensively. You clogged the lane, and then you guys got to the paint and got to the hole seemingly every trip.
Yeah, that's something that we put a lot of emphasis on. We really like to get in our scouts. We like to explore the weaknesses, the strengths of every team we play. And honestly, after we came up our win for Louisville, we challenged our players of that, to get in the scout, to know what we want to do, to know who can shoot 3-pointers, who wants to drive left and right. And they stepped up to the plate today, and they've been doing everything we asked them to do.
Let me ask you. Hey, Nina, how you doing?
Hey.
You know who this is?
I do.
I love you.
I love you more.
All right, let's talk. I know you're real big on Savannah and Courtney. I know, obviously, you know that those are your favorites. Can you talk a little bit about them and how good they've been this first half?
Yeah, they've been great. As everyone knows, the keys to basketball is your point guard, and Sap has been running this team along with Cap. We've had to insert Cap into the starting lineup when Lex went out and she stepped up to the plate, so you have to go as your point guards go. Courtney Whitson's been here for 4 years now. She plays almost 40 minutes a game. She knows what it takes. She's kind of the glue to this team. But also our other 2 close players have played incredible. Anastasia and Ksenia, they've both been in their scouts on defense. We challenged Nas in practice this week, and she stepped up big. She's playing more aggressive. She's getting some putbacks, and I just honestly like what I'm seeing.
Nina, thank you. Well,
go ahead.
We got to run. Nina, thank you so much. We appreciate it, and best of luck to you in the second half.
Thank you.
Good luck.
By the way, look at the photo here of Mr. Draper and Ms. Davis from ages 5 and 3, and then in 2017.
It sounds embarrassing.
Oh, my gosh. How delightful. You're working on that lollipop, I'll tell you that. Nina, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
That is Nina Davis. She is an assistant coach in her 3rd year for Middle Tennessee State University. We're at halftime here at El Marone Fieldhouse with Memphis trailing by 25. We'll come back and take a look at the first half numbers and some of the highlights. Well, this is a good basketball team. They come in at 5 and 4, playing a rugged schedule. MTSU at 5 and 2. They haven't played since last Sunday. They're well rested, and they sure look like it after knocking off then 18th-ranked Louisville 67-49. Savannah Wheeler, 12 points to lead all scorers. In fact, the only double-digit scorer in the game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. The leading scorer for Memphis, Jamira Schutz, who hit a couple of buckets very late in that second quarter. Underway, third quarter action, and right out of the gate, a 3-pointer off the mark by Courtney Whitson. Also need to mention Alexis Whittington, who got hurt a couple of games ago in Las Vegas, is day-to-day, hasn't played since November 26th, but could see some action today off the bench. But with the big lead, they'll probably end up resting her. She's got some cartilage issues, but nothing too serious. As Riddick goes strong, the turnaround in the paint, she's fouled and makes the bucket and a 3-point opportunity. That's a good start for Memphis.
That's a great start for Memphis. And if you're Coach Merriweather, that's what you want to see. I mean, you're down. At this point, you're playing for pride. Hey, we still have a chance to win this basketball game, but if we don't, we want to play for pride and let the American Conference know, like, hey, we're representing you correctly.
Riddick unable to cash in on the 3-point play, but gets her first points of the contest. Sophomore out of Calgary, Alberta, now in the starting lineup. Same 5 that started the game for Memphis in there to start the second half. That was the Russian, Boldereva. Good turnaround shot. Back iron, though. She had a good first half, strong first half with 8 points. Same 5 that started the game for MTSU, also on the floor to start the second half. Jackson launches. Shoots the strong rebound as she's fouled by Courtney Blakely. So an aggressive Jamira shoots to start this second half.
Yeah, they're playing with a little bit of pep in their step right now. And you take a look at this play here. Jamira Schutz is very, very strong. He has a very strong lower body, and you can see the frustration on her face. She wanted to and one. But if they're Memphis and you're Coach Merriweather, that's what you want to see. You just want to see some sense of urgency right now.
Very subtle little push-off there. That was not called, and she was able to take advantage of it. Let's see if she can make the free throws now. And the first one is good. Ksenia Malashka from Belarus, from Minsk, in fact, in Belarus, has checked into the game, replacing Anastasia Boldereva. And Jamira splits the two. But out of bounds? No, it's out of bounds off Memphis on that loose ball. So they've left 2 on the floor here, Trey, with 2 missed free throws. Memphis for the game, 2 of 5 now.
Yep, going with a little soft pressure here to try to speed Middle Tennessee up because you want to try to get some turnovers and try to score and we're taking some time off the clock right now.
Well, you have to. You turn them over just twice in the first half. Why not? You're down 22. And stepping out of bounds on the sideline, that's a mistake there, which is a rare mistake for MTSU. I guess that was Wheeler stepping on the sideline. Or was it Blakely? Either way, it was their 3rd turnover, and that one's an unforced one.
Right, and that's what that press is designed to do. It's just kind of get you – it's designed to disrupt things, right? You don't – and there's a great shot by Destiny Jackson right there.
Jackson, junior, transfer from Wright State. A number of Wright State transfers on this team. Obviously played for Coach Merriweather when she was at Wright State. And that's a great pass from the sophomore Blakely to the cutting Malashka. Malashka now with a half dozen. 44-22.
Yep, let's see if Tigers can try to – they've scored – they've had something on the last 3 possessions. Let's see if they can get Jamira Schutz a look here. And if she does, she just – great hustle by her. Maddie finally gets open look. Wow.
Greg's traveled, shuffled her feet. Now, you mentioned it was good hustle by Schutz. She lost the ball, got it back, got it to Griggs. But then another unforced turnover for Memphis. That's 7 turnovers now for the Tigers as Jada Wright will check back into the game. One player that has been a non-factor in this one is Amani Jefferson. His start came off the bench, but a ton of minutes in the first half.
Yeah. Scoring table now. She's this Tigers team. You want to offensively or defensively because you can't extend. Yeah, Jamira Schutz just extended the elbow a little bit. And she did a great job of selling it, but that's offensive foul.
First against Schutz in the game. For Memphis, that's their first here in the third quarter. Jefferson does check in for Destiny Jackson. Amani averaging 9 points, 5.7 rebounds, 2.2 assists, leads the team in both rebounds and steals, but is yet to be a factor in this game. No points. Inside the arc, that's a 2 for Blakely. Nobody was around her. Nobody came out to defend. She says, why not? She takes the
Still in that same defense, they saying, hey, we're going to make you beat us from the outside. We're not going to give you anything on the inside. We're going to deny Maddie Griggs. And you guys are going to have to take tough contested twos like that one there.
Offensive rebound and a putback by Wright. Wright again. A Wright State transfer. Inside Whitson. She travels. So the turnovers we've seen so far in the third quarter pretty much unforced. Step on the sideline, shuffle your feet. Good first half for Whitson. She went for 6. Can Memphis go on a run? Riddick from the free throw line. Good pass by Griggs. Good recognition on the double team tray to kick it out.
Well, you're right back in. I mean, it's a 20-point game, right? If you can try to get this thing to 14 to 12 right before the end of the fourth quarter, you're right in striking distance. So good patience on offense, but you got to get some stops on defense if you want to cut this lead down.
Boy, Malashka really does a great job moving without the basketball, just cutting to the hole.
And she's really good at finding open spots in that lane. She's not great. She's not big in size. She doesn't have a great stature, but she's quick on her feet.
Memphis starting to see some shots go down. Maddie Griggs. Memphis has hit its last three, their last three.
Might have been a moving screen, yes.
It was.
Yep.
I think it's Whitson on that one.
Yes, Tigers getting some movement in offense, and the thing is they're now finally getting it to the second and to the third side. They're not taking the first open look. It's not going to be, with this Blue Raiders defense, you're not going to get a ton of looks on the first side. One passing shot. You're going to try to get the ball to the wing, get it to the opposing wing, and then get it in the hands of Jamira Schutz and let her make plays.
Riddick on that last bucket for Memphis. Not Griggs. Griggs still scoreless. But Memphis has hit its last three. Still down 20. Boldereva back in the game for the Lady Raiders. Griggs just can't buy one right now. Step back, three for Gregory. She's made three. She has 9. Riddick leaves it for Jada Wright. Gets her own rebound. Puts it up with the left hand. No. Rebound by Schutz. So Memphis crashing the boards. They're doing things a lot better here in the third quarter, but the shot's still not falling. But they will get an opportunity at the free throw line. Jamira to the charity stripe when we return. Memphis has outscored Middle Tennessee 11-6 in the third, but still trail by 20.
Jess, you want to come back to some...
It's V Week at ESPN, where we partner with the V Foundation to highlight the urgent need for cancer research. This is game-changing research that helps save lives. You can join the fight against cancer by visiting v.org/donate. 100% of your donation goes directly to cancer research. Back at El Marone Fieldhouse, Memphis trying to dent this deficit. They've outscored the Lady Raiders by 5 in the third quarter, but still trail it by 20, 48-28. There's still a lot of time, Trey. There's 14 minutes and 36 seconds of playing time, but how do they get back into it?
Well, first you got to make your free throws, and you want to cut into this lead. If you can make free throws, you can score with the clock stopped, right? So that works in your favor if you're Memphis. And also, you just have to get stops, right? So if I'm Coach Merriweather, I'm telling my team, hey, this is what we have to do. We have to get to the free throw line. We have to get stops. And let's put the ball in our playmakers' hand and let them make plays.
Schutz makes the first and nails both. Jamira Schutz now with 10 points, I believe. I have it down for 10. Yep, there it is. Just changed. So 10 points. So first Tiger in double-figure scoring. Memphis down 18. Largest deficit, 27. They've never led in the game. Near steal. 3 on the shot clock now. There's got to be a push-off there, no? Instead, Blakely's shot goes in and out. Looked like she might have gotten away with a little push-off there before she
definitely
shot the ball.
And if you can score here, you get it to 15 or 16. So, I mean, the Tigers in striking distance. You want to at least have it at 12 points going into the fourth quarter. That'll give you a chance to win the game.
And the next foul by the Lady Raiders puts Memphis in the bonus here in the third quarter. Turnaround shot, that's tough. Greg short, right, loose ball, no. Jefferson, how about Amani's hustle? And she'll go to the free throw line.
And remember, we talked about Imani being that spark. And that's right there. I just wanted more. Remember I said in the first half, You may not be scoring, but if you get a chance to get an offensive rebound, you create extra possession for your team, and that's what Imani does right there. Now, let's just get to the line. Let's see if she can make them to get her some confidence rolling for the rest of this game.
Memphis is still being out-rebounded, 26-23. But here in the third quarter, they have done a good job to get second and third opportunities. Jefferson, her first point of the game. She averages 9.4, 5.7 rebounds. Jefferson to make it a 16-point game, and she does. Now some pressure. And the Lady Raiders able to break it with relative ease. 3.5 to play in the third. Memphis has crept within 16. Wow. Blown assignment right there. Just a dump into Malashka. Nobody near her. And Malashka, an easy layup, has 10 points.
Just can't happen.
Shoots, misses, out of bounds off the Lady Raiders. And Courtney Whitson not happy. She thought that went off Riddick.
But those are extra possessions, right? Yeah, you missed the first one. Hannah Riddick coming right in. And you can see Coach Merriweather isn't subbing as much as in this second half. She may have found something in this 5 right here.
Now, Memphis has missed their last 6 shots, but they've made free throws.
You got to throw it in there. You got to get that ball to Jamira right there. She's one of your best. You got to get that ball. I mean, running quick flex action, you got to get that ball to her.
Riddick travels.
And you can see Hannah saying, my bad, Jamira, I missed you. You can see she's apologizing because that's a key possession in a game that you're down 18.
Lynetta Williams will check in for Riddick. With that turnover, Memphis now with 10. They average just under 14 per game. Just 5 for the Lady Raiders. They average 13 per game. Been very impressed with the ball handling by the Lady Raiders and their passing ability. There's another traveling call. We've had a ton of them here in the third quarter.
This Lady Raiders basketball, they're a top 25 team. If they're not ranked in this next coming week, they will be soon. This is a really good basketball team who will do amazing things in Conference USA this year.
They lost 2 games so far, 1 to Texas Tech in Las Vegas, and they also lost on a buzzer beater against Mercer. They got 1 vote in the last top 25 poll. Wright for 3. Banks it in!
You'll take it. Any way you can get it, you'll take it. And the lead is now 15. Try to get some stops here. Get it to 10. Get it to 12. That's good defense by Money. No call, but that's really good defense.
Now, Jefferson's got to watch out because of the flop rule. They are emphasizing it this year, and she could have easily been called for a flop there. 10 on the shot clock. Again, they dump it inside. And they get a break there. Malashka had it down low, unable to convert. Memphis down 15, the closest they've been in a while. Long pass for Lynetta Williams. Just miscommunication with Jefferson, and Memphis an unforced turnover there.
I tell you what Jamira Schutz does really well. She does really good at getting position down in the post. She's had 2 possessions there where the Tigers missed her on her. She scores extremely well in the post. If I'm Coach Merriweather, I'm telling my team, we got to find a way to get the ball. She has it going in this third quarter. Let's find a way to get the ball in her hands.
Danielle Welch back on the court for Memphis. Destiny Jackson, Madison Griggs, Jada Wright, and Lynetta Williams, the 5 for Memphis. Blakely, Wheeler, Gregory, Whitson, and Malashka for the Lady Raiders. That 3 is short by Gregory. Raiders now 4 of 13 from beyond the arc. Memphis 3 of 8. Minute 18 to play here in the third. Memphis has outscored the Lady Raiders 18-8 here in the third quarter. Wright spins. Great feed to Lynetta Williams. She blew the bunny. Got it back, though. And she's fouled. Wow.
And Coach Merriweather's right in front of us. That was a set play call. She saw something that she liked there with Jada Wright and Lynetta Williams, and she called the play. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to. Great 4-5 ball screen there. She called the play. Great pass by Jada Wright. Lynetta just got to finish. But second chance opportunity. Go to the line. get a chance to score. You can cut this thing to 13. You're in really good shape going into the fourth quarter.
You said 12 would be the number you'd like to see.
12 is the number that that I would like to see, and that'll give you a chance to win this basketball game.
Williams, the lefty, out of nearby Arlington, Tennessee, and Arlington High School makes the first. And Memphis second in Division I in attempts at the free throw line per game, and they'll shoot some more free throws. Williams goes 1 of 2. Jada Wright, who's making her presence felt here in the third quarter, gets the offensive board, and she'll get a couple of free throws.
Well, throughout the season, Coach Merriweather talked about her 4-5 post, and Jada Wright just pushes her in right there, uses her size and athleticism to get that offensive rebound. You make these 2 free throws, you're right there at that number we talked about.
Wright had that 4-inch advantage over Malashka. As you said, used her size and unable to make the first. Memphis now 7 of 12 from the charity stripe. Make it 8 of 13. So Wright splits the 2. Jada now with 6, and she'll get a breather. Shelby Brown checks back in for Memphis. Full court pressure. Under a minute to play. They're down 13. Quiet third quarter for Wheeler. And a strong rebound by Shelby Brown. About a 10-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
It's a big shot here.
In and out for Jackson. Corralled by Malashka.
Man, that's a big shot there. And right on cue. I expect the Lady Rays to take this down. Same as the shot clock, the game clock are the exact same number. I expect them to take the last shot. Tigers have got to get a stop to keep this thing at 13 heading into the fourth quarter. This is the most key possession of the basketball game right now.
Wheeler working against Welch. Now Williams picks her up, and Williams, I think, fouls her, and she does. That is only the second team foul against Memphis, so it's a good foul. It's not in the act. They still could foul 2 more times if they'd like.
You just don't want to foul a shooter right now. You got to watch Savannah Will in this corner over here.
It's exactly what I was looking at.
There it goes. Not a bad foul on the floor.
Well, I think they called a trip. Now, did they call in the act?
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yep, they called in the act. Williams, she didn't mean to, but again, she just tripped over her leg.
I mean, that's a bang-bang play. It could go either way, but, yeah, I mean, you send Malashka to the line. Tigers still have 4 seconds here. Let's see if they can get it out quick and get the ball into Jamira's shoes or Tanya Welch. Just get it up the floor as fast as you can. Let's try to get a good shot up.
Malashka 67% from the charity stripe. Misses the second. Brown gets the rebound. They got to act quick. Jackson, she never gets it off.
Didn't get it off.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. It was a good third quarter for Memphis. They outscore MTSU 20-9. Unfortunately, they were in a big hole after 3 quarters. It's the Lady Raiders 51, the Memphis Tigers 37. Quarter number 4 is just ahead.
It's at 14.
Well, down 14 as we get ready to start the fourth quarter from Elmer Rowan Fieldhouse on the University of Memphis campus, with Middle Tennessee leading 51-37. Tomorrow will be graduation day for some Memphis student athletes, 21 in fact, including Lynetta Williams and Maddie Griggs. Maddie getting a degree in sociology, Lynetta in phys ed with a concentration on sport coaching. And we also want to congratulate Ksenia Malashka from Middle Tennessee State, recently graduating as well. So certainly the student and the student athlete, and it comes up strong tomorrow with the 2 walking down the aisle.
No doubt. That's what it's about. You have basketball, but if you can get a degree and play basketball, man, it makes everything better. And here's Jamira's shoes. You want to put the ball in her hand, and I mean, she's making plays. She just got to finish.
Rebound. Brown puts it up, and she'll go to the free throw line. So Memphis continues to win 50-50 balls, which they were dominated in the first half of the game. They just can't get these shots to fall. They are one of their last 11 from the field.
Right, but second chance points. Remember, we talked about second chance opportunities, and Shelby Brown right there just having a 1-2, putting her body on the line for her team, and let's see if she can convert and get her team some points.
85.7% from the free throw line. Memphis is a team at 61.3. You mentioned second chance points, 10-7 Memphis. Opportunities wasted. Again, you got the clock stopped and you're got a chance to cut into the deficit even more. You really need to make some free throws. She does make the second, so 1 of 2. Memphis has split, I think, their last 4.
Yeah, they're 9 of 15. That's right at 60% for the game.
Tigers down a baker's dozen here with 9.5 to play. Memphis will be on the road later this week, and then they're back here next Saturday, as that one's off the mark by Jalen Gregory. They'll take on St. Louis, and we'll have it for you right here on ESPN+. Shoots no. Williams fights for the rebound, but over the back, and she'll be called for the foul. For Lynetta Williams, that will be her third.
Yeah, you can expect Memphis to try to pick up the pressure here in the fourth quarter. They don't have much time, so they're going to try to get some off, and Lynetta Williams just comes right in, put the elbow right in Malaska's back.
Williams and Blakely for MTSU, the only players with 3 fouls, so nobody in serious trouble here in the fourth quarter. Gregory from the corner. That's her 4th triple. All her shots today from 3. She's now 4 of 11. Averaging 10.9. She's over her average at 12. That was a big one for the Lady Raiders. Brown tries to answer. Strong rebound by Welch. The putback. She gets the bounce. 5 for Welch. We profiled her to start the broadcast today and continues to get better and better. That's a dangerous pass right there and an ill-advised one by Malaska.
Right, but that's what the press is designed to do. Speed the opponent up, try to create opportunities for your team, and get out in transition. Tigers really need to get it going here on offensive end. This is a big possession. You cut it to 12, cut it to 11, then you got yourself in a good position with it right before the halfway mark in the fourth quarter.
Jefferson, Griggs, Wright all check in for Katrina Merriweather's team. Rick Insall, 14th winningest active coach in Division I college basketball. Just an old school coach, that's what he'll tell you. Jefferson among the Giants, and that was blocked. What a great job by Boldereva. It's kind of tough when you are the size of Amani Jefferson at 5'6", trying to go up against somebody who's a foot taller.
Right, but I love her heart and I love her determination. She does not care.
She doesn't.
You got to love that. And that's what makes her great. She's not having a great game today, but that what makes her a good basketball player.
Gregory, one side. Gregory, the other side. Nobody is getting out on her. She's at 5 triples.
And that's got to be on the scouting report. I'm almost sure that it was on the scouting report that she's a great shooter.
17-point lead for the Lady Raiders. Whistle and a foul against MTSU. I think they called that one on Boldereva. That is their second team foul here in the fourth quarter. Memphis has committed just the one.
Look like they're going to try to get Jada right a look here. And there it is.
Wright spins into a double team. Got it back. And an offensive foul.
Wow, I don't know about that one. I'm going to have to ask him after the game. What did you see? I don't know about that one.
Here's the play. Yeah. Didn't see much there.
I don't know.
But again, she's spinning into a double team.
Yeah.
The last time she did, she was able to leave it for Lynetta Williams.
Right.
But in this case, there was nobody there. She goes up for the shot and not able to knock it down. Three seconds.
That was one of the first times that Memphis actually rotated in that zone also.
So a 3-second violation called against Boldereva. Memphis gets the ball back. That'll be the 8th turnover against the Lady Raiders. Memphis down 17 under 7 to play. Good movement. Jefferson, can she knock it down? Nope, she can't. And run down by Jalen Gregory. Memphis 3 of 12 from beyond the arc. Boy, Gregory's feeling it, huh?
Hey.
That's a heat check right there.
Shooting it like that, I don't mind a shot.
Jackson, rather.
Yep, from Jefferson. Great in transition. Now they got to get a stop. You still have time. A lot of basketball left to be played.
15-point game. Can they get it to single digits? Seven now for Destiny Jackson for Memphis. Oh, that's a great feed. And a great block by Jada Wright. And then they're going to call Jada Wright on the... Wow. She got the initial block. It was great defense by Wright. And then I think they said she grabbed Boldereva.
Great block on the first one.
Right there is what they
the
call
second look. Yeah, that one should be on the floor.
That's the third now against Memphis with 6:03 to play. Boldereva has been a load in the middle for MTSU at that size, at 6'6". She has been dominant in this game with 8 points. Near steal there by Riddick, who knocks it out of bounds. 19 on the shot clock, 6:02 on the game clock. Raiders trying to make it 4 straight overall, 4 straight wins, coming off the upset of nationally ranked Louisville. They have not lost to Memphis since the 98-99 season. Now, they don't play every year. Overall, 9-8 Memphis. They haven't played, in fact, in 10 years. But again, Memphis has not been able to say they've beaten the Lady Raiders since the last century. Gregory, another open three.
That's blown. Coach Merritt's going to take out the game. That's a blown coverage. You cannot help off the shooter, especially one that's made 7 in a game.
6 to be exact, but still, your point well taken. Riddick goes down low. She makes the shot. She has 8. But you're absolutely right. Trey, defensively, this has been a disaster today for Memphis.
Yeah, you can't get, and you just can't help off of the best shooter on the opposing team.
18 points for Gregory. A little short that time. Jefferson working against Wheeler. And she's fouled. I think Boldereva is going to get called for the foul.
Yep, got her on the body there. Money Jefferson's just getting out. That's where she's at her best. When she's able to get out in transition and create opportunities for her team.
Boldereva called for her 3rd foul, and Amani Jefferson to the free throw line. Joe Vasili making that call, the crew chief today. Courtney Blakely will check back in as she'll replace Tamia Scott. Got a few minutes there for Coach Rick Insall. Quiet day for Jefferson as 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 points. Make it 3. One more for Amani. Got a whistle. The officials conferring now. I don't know what they're conferring about here, but they're going to make a change here. MTSU is they're going to bring in Ksenia Malashka to replace Anastasia Boldereva. Maddie Griggs 0 for 7 from the field today for Memphis. No points for Griggs, averaging 13 a game. And again, you need Griggs, you need Schutz, you need Jefferson against quality opponents to have a chance to win, at least in my opinion. There's a foul. The up and under by Malashka. She is such an intelligent player as she will go to the free throw line when we return. 4:49 remaining in this one. Memphis still trails it by 14. Time on December 17th, so next Saturday, Trey and I will have the broadcast in Xavier. Then you get in the conference play, Temple and East Carolina. Malashka at the free throw line. And she makes 2. 12-point game for Ksenia Malashka. $16-point lead for the Lady Raiders. They're finally under 50% from the field. They're shooting now 48%. Memphis at 29%. And Memphis for the year at 42.7. So that just tells you a little bit of how good this defense has been for the Lady Raiders.
Absolutely. And the Lady Raiders, one thing they talk, like Nina talked about at halftime, the coaches spend a lot of time on scouting reports, and you got to give these young ladies credit. They followed it to the T today, and it's worked out in their favor.
Tamia Scott will check back in for Blakely, who was called for that foul. That's her 4th. So the first player with 4 fouls. Griggs from the wing. That one off the mark, and that's out of bounds, I believe, off Boldereva. So it'll be Memphis basketball, fresh 20 with 4:27 to play. Griggs, again, still looking for her first points of this game. 0 for 8 from the field. Jefferson in and out. Knocked around. Jefferson tried to save it. Instead, it'll be MTSU basketball. Good hustle by Amani Jefferson. Memphis continues to struggle from beyond the arc, just 3 of 14. But it's not just beyond the arc. It's just their shooting today. That seemed to go right off the foot of Wheeler. Yeah.
Great hustle by Amani Jefferson.
But Memphis did not get the call there. Four to play. Lady Raiders by 16. Memphis cut it to 13, but that's about as close as they've been. It's been a wire-to-wire lead for the Lady Raiders. 3 on the shot clock now. Scott's going to have to hoist it, and she's bailed out with 1 second on the shot clock. The foul on Jefferson. You play defense for 29 seconds, and you bail her out with the foul.
And Coach Miller just said, you just can't do that. I mean, that's a foul. You just cannot do that. You have to – that's her 4th. You got to give her room to come down, and you can just see the look on Coach Merriweather's face. She's frustrated right now. She tells Imani, hey, you just can't do that. I know you're aggressive, but that's a foul.
The freshman, Tamia Scott, at the free throw line. 2 for 3. And this is her 4th free throw. Misses that one, so 2 for 4. Middle Tennessee's only gotten to the free throw line 12 times, but they really haven't had to do so because they've made nearly a half or 50% of their shots. 3.5 to play. Blocked by Boldereva. Good spin move by Wright, and the Russian blocked it. She has been a force in this game. Wheeler, pretty quiet in the second half, but still huge numbers. With 12 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. Knocked away by Riddick. They battle for the loose ball. Here comes Memphis. Final push here, 3 minutes. And then a traveling violation on Griggs, who's just had a frustrating day for Maddie, who is scoreless.
Yeah, but you know, and she worked, and to Maddie's credit, she works so hard. Sometimes, as a basketball player, it just happens. Sometimes it's not going to be your night. But what I do like is that she's continued to be aggressive, and she's at least trying to be active on the defensive end, even though she does not have it going offensively today.
2 rebounds, 2 assists for Maddie, but 0 for 8 from the field. Two and a half. Middle hasn't scored in 3 minutes. And guess who breaks that streak? Jalen Gregory.
None other.
21 points. Wheeler's had a great game, but the star of the game is Jalen Gregory. And again, this is a team that's without Alexis Whittington. She should be back fairly soon. Nice shake by Schutz, and she makes the 3. Unfortunately, too little, too late, but Jamira now with 13, closing in on her average of 15 points per game, just under 16. 17-point lead for MTSU. Riddick got her hand on it. And Gregory gets by 3 defenders. Gregory, another 3.
She's just feeling it right now. That's a heat check.
I'm getting tired. Her arm must be tired. I'm getting tired watching her shoot threes. And she's been tremendous today. Bolireva with the rebound. Memphis is still out-rebounded Middle Tennessee, 41-33. Riddick got the steal. And then a foul is going to be called on Wheeler. That'll be could be the 5th here against MTSU. Let's see if they've changed that yet on the scoreboard. It is. So both teams in the bonus here for the final minute and change. As Riddick will go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And Coach Ensel, he has to be happy, how his team played today. I mean, they gave it to you on offensively. Defensively, they played extremely well. They shared the ball. Jalen Gregory has just been lights out from 3 today.
18 shots, all from 3. She's added 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Hannah Riddick, try to add to her 8. Makes the first. Riddick with 5 rebounds as well. There's the veteran head coach, Rick Insell, and his team projected in the preseason to come out as champions of Conference USA. Will certainly be challenging, always is, in both the American, where Memphis plays in, and MTSU in Conference USA, the former home of the Memphis Tigers. So Riddick double figures with 10. Under a minute to play, 15-point game. MTSU will improve to 6-2 as Gregory misses that one. Memphis will fall to 5-5. Shoots. Good hustle by Riddick. In the lane, the pull-up for Riddick. Hannah with a dozen, shoots, has 13, but Maddie Griggs scoreless. Imani Jefferson just 4, not enough offense, but issues certainly on the defensive end, Trey, as Memphis is going to lose this game. Final seconds, Middle Tennessee State. About a second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. See if they try to even attempt another shot. Wheeler will, and she makes it. Wheeler the pull-up, and then a technical foul has been called. I believe a technical foul has been called on. I saw the tee. I saw the initial movement of the tee from the official.
Yeah, it looked like Jamara Shoes threw the ball at Savannah Wheeler
for taking the shot.
Yeah, maybe for taking the shot. Let's see what the ref.
See, that drives me crazy.
Yeah.
If she doesn't take the shot, it's a shot clock violation. She's playing basketball.
Right. Yeah, media time. They're going to take a look at it.
3.4 seconds remaining in this one. Middle Tennessee State leading Memphis by the score of 68-53. That's just that's dumb. That's so dumb. But I'd like to see it. Do you have that replay? Did she chuck the ball at her?
It looked like she threw it at her. Yeah, it looked like
if she chucked it at her, you got to call it. But I've never seen this either with 3 seconds to go and a 15-point game. Mention the Memphis men's game too before we roll.
Okay.
On the clock.
Right, and that's just frustration setting in. It's not an excuse. Jamara Shoes being, one of these team's best player, being a senior, being an all-conference performer, you just can't do that. You can't lose your cool. And, you can see the coaching staff talking to her now saying, hey, sit it down. You just can't do that.
Wheeler, by the way, with that bucket, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. So 2 for Gregory, who is our player of the game, and she will join us in just a moment.
Is that her first field goal made that wasn't a 3?
Yes, it's a free throw, but yes, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, first
every shot she's taken up until this point has been a 3.
Right.
She's got 22 points. She goes 1 of 2, and then they get the ball as well after the technical, 2 free throws and the ball. They won't shoot this time, I can guarantee you. Backcourt to Blakely. She'll hold on to it, and that's going to do it. 69-53. The Lady Raiders come into Memphis and get the win as they improve to 6-2. Memphis falls to 5-5. We're going to talk to Jalen in just a moment. Real quick mention, the Memphis men in action. They're playing